27, man. When I started DJing. 27 when I started.
When you first picked up a pair of decks?
Well, it was an accident. I was telling you that story. Somebody presumed it was a DJ.
Really?
You know what I mean?
No way.
That was quality, mate. I had a record shop in Blackpool.
Right. What was that called?
Respin Records. All second-hand records.
Right.
Rave didn't exist.
Right.
And it was about 87 or something. About 8, yeah, it was 87 because I moved to Blackpool in 86, so it was 87. And I had this record shop packed with fucking vinyl. I went to a club in Manchester. I used to go to a club in Manchester called Legends.
Yeah.
And it was
That was a
a
big
black
club.
night on a Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Now them days, the DJs didn't buy the music, the club did.
Right.
So they give the DJ the money to go and buy the records that he wanted to play.
Yeah.
Right? So the DJ go to the shop, spinning or whatever in Manchester, buy the tunes,
Yeah.
and then they went, and he played them. But when that DJ got sacked, he fucking left with nothing.
Right, yeah.
The tunes fucking
Tune
stayed.
stayed, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So this went on for years, from like late 70s, this club.
Yeah.
So I moved to Blackpool in 86, and Steve Sale, a mate of mine, was a top DJ at the time, but he was a personality DJ, do you know what I mean? And he rang me and he said, they've got a fucking room at the back, they want to get rid of this vinyl. So I'm like, right, so you're talking fucking years of music, all 12-inch singles, right?
Wow.
So I borrowed this fucking Volvo, a big Volvo Estate, right? And I drove to Blackpool, and I pulled up outside the club, and I walked in, the manager was there, and I said, Steve Sale sent me, he said, he was going to let me have them for like 25p each.
Wow.
Right? So I said, yeah, so, alright, so, and Volvos are fucking sturdy little vehicles, mate.
Yeah.
I fucking loaded that bastard up to the fucking hill. It was like that at the back, his
Big boots
Volvo.
as
Honest
well,
to God, it was like that. Like thousands of fucking tunes in the back. And then I thought, you don't even know who I am. So I looked round and I was on fucking Portland Street in Manchester City Centre, and I thought, fuck it, just got in the car, started it up, shut the door, fucking went back to Blackpool. Quality, mate! Didn't know who the fuck I was. I was no one of me, didn't know who the fuck I was, man.
Shit.
I didn't have an idea. So I drove back to Blackpool and I opened a fucking second-hand record shop with them.
Wow.
Fucking loaded it up with him. There was fucking disco all the way up to fucking hip-hop and
Where was
everything.
that? Where was the shop?
Cole Respin Records on the corner of fucking Corn Street and Cookson Street.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. Near
Right,
Stuart
it's round the
Radio.
corner. It's a big. They've knocked it down now. There's like a big spare space there, but it was there.
Near Stuart Radio's, just a little.
So I was living above the shop.
Right.
In this fucking. It didn't even have a kitchen. It was just a fucking room.
Right.
I was living above it, so he let me have the shop. I said, go house with him.
Yeah.
And I remember putting all these fucking tunes in. And it was late night, and it was lit up, the shop, so it was late night, and I heard this fucking on the window, like, come in. I said, it's not opening for another week. Like, this lad stood there, stocky fucker, he's like, can I just have a look through, like? And I went, fuck it, go on. He went, right. He said, do you mind if I fucking pull some tunes? I said, no. He's an expert on fucking soul music, mate, and disco and everything. Like, I didn't have a fucking clue what half this shit was. He's like, bing, bing. He had a fucking start like that. And he went, man, what do you want from me? I went, just give us 70 quid, man. So he gave me the 70 quid, and I'm like, get it, right? There's tunes in there.
Yeah.
And albums worth fucking loads of money, and he knew and I fucking didn't, man.
Yeah.
And I got to know him after, and he told me when you fucking didn't have a clue, and I'm like, you bastard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But
man?
you did the same to someone else. Fucking, you did the same to.
That's what it was, man. You know what I mean?
But,
But all the disco stuff, I'd come from Manchester at that point, so there was no gays where we fucking lived. There was, but we didn't fucking know who they were. Do you know what I mean? Only Stretford, no one's going to be fucking gay.
Yeah.
You get fucking hammered.
Yeah.
Just by the nature of it at that time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, turns out since obviously there's a few that have come out, but at the time I didn't know anything about it. So, but there's gay clubs in Blackpool, and on Talbot Road there was a club called Pepe's Bar, right? And you could go downstairs to it.
Yeah. Pepe's, I know Pepe's Bar. Been in a few
Still
times.
Anyway, called Pepe's, but I was still being the old Stretford boy. I didn't want to be seen going in broad daylight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so I'm like, the DJ's come in, he said, look, can you bring a stack of these tunes in for me so I can go through with them? Like a gay lad, gay DJ. So I'm like, all right, no problem.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm walking down Talbot Road, and the door's like here, and I'd walk past it, and then I'd walk fucking past it again like that, and I'd be looking around next minute, I go down the fucking stairs, so no one can see me.
Quick dart.
I go in, I'd just like whip down there. It'd be like afternoon, it'd be like geezers necking at the bar and all that. I'm like, not seen
What did
anything
that
like
change
this.
its name to?
Who?
Just Jais.
No, it wasn't just
Oh, was it not
Jive.
just
No,
Jive?
no, it's the one where I
Right.
got kicked out because I went in the
Oh,
lesbian
of
toilet.
course, yeah.
Anyway,
Still Pepe's in it.
it still might be still Peppy.
Might
Yeah.
be,
So
yeah.
anyway, I've gone in and he was buying loads of disco because the guys were banging to 70s disco, right? You know what I mean? Like Sylvester, you know, you make me feel no all that stuff, right? And he bought wax of stuff off me. He's a nice dude, man.
Yeah.
That's when I started to get used to the fact that, hang on, you're in Blackpool now, mate.
Yeah.
And at the time,
Different world.
it was the second biggest gay scene outside of London at the time. It's bigger than Manchester, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was huge,
Big
mate. They had the
clubs.
Pink Pound, man. They call it the Pink Pound.
Yeah.
It was Basil Newsbury.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
had
yeah,
all the clubs,
Yeah,
didn't he?
yeah.
So I had this record shop, and this lad walked in, and he went, "We're stuck for a DJ on Sunday."
I don't feel bad now.
That's
So I
right.
went,
So you've got door open while
so
you're on.
all I said was,
Got another one for
I
us?
said, "What do you mean?" He went, "We've got a couple of coaches coming from Birmingham. They're all black lads and black girls, you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
they
yeah.
want R&B, and we haven't got a DJ to do it."
Right.
So he went, "Would you do it?" And I thought, "Yeah." You know, I know DJs will laugh at this point.
Right.
So I just went, "Yeah, I'll do it." I had all the tunes. I had all the soul. He was all in my shop.
Yeah, yeah.
I went round the shop and I knew my soul because that's what my life was about.
Yeah.
You know, Jocelyn Brown, somebody else's guy and all that, right? So I pulled all this music out, got a big stack of tunes together, and I went down there, and it's where Gators is now.
Yeah.
You know where Gators is?
Yeah, yeah.
Rick mentioned it.
Rick mentioned, yeah.
Yeah.
On the
that
fr-
was
on the
later
front.
on.
Yeah.
This was like 87, and it was downstairs. It was called Lips.
Right.
Right little hovel.
Was it a strip?
Yeah,
was
the
it
only
a
place
strip
in
club
Blackpool
kind of?
you could go in there without a dress code at the time.
Right.
Every other club in town was shirts, shoes. Palace had just opened,
Yeah.
and so it was. Yeah, there was a dress code and everywhere. But this is the only place that let you in, and it opened at like 12 in the afternoon,
Yeah.
went all the way through 2.
Right.
Piss wet through on the floor with beer and everything.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Beer monster place. But this was a specialised night, so I went in and I played it and I absolutely tore the place apart. Because it was, I knew that music.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I've been on it forever.
Yeah.
So I played it and the whistles and all that, and they had a fucking great time. And at the end of the night, he come over, he went, "Do you want the permanent job?" I went,
Did he?
"Yeah, that'd be great, mate." He went, 7 nights a week. I went, "Whoa, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
I can't do the other 6. What do you mean? I can't do the other 6. That's pop music.
Yeah.
And I don't use a mic." He went, "Oh, right." I said, "But I know someone that does." And I rang my mate in Manchester, who was a personality DJ,
Right.
and he came over. And so I kept my Sundays. He did the other 6 nights.
Right.
And in the end, because it was such a long session, I used to play an hour of the music. It was chart music that was out at the time. So I just play it like ding, 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 you know, respect and all that,
Yeah, yeah,
erasure and everything,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
yars and all that. So I started playing, and he was playing. And in the end, he said to me, "Look, we need to start splitting the money, man." And I went, "Okay." So then we both started doing a split, and we became a partnership between us.
Right.
So I'd play the music, he'd do the mic, and the party stuff. And that's when we started getting booked all over the place.
Who was that? Who was
It was
it?
called Titch, man.
Titch, yeah.
Yeah. He passed away, but he was fucking nuts, mate. Fucking nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a proper nutcase, you know what I mean? Get him on the mic. "Have you got any dickheads in?" You know, all that stuff, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
he used to wear a kilt. He wasn't even Scottish. He'd have a kilt on, and he had a cap with a peak about that long. He curled up. He had a kettle that he used to fill up with like Chateau de Nat's piss, like Prosecco stuff. And he'd be fucking had a pair of ladders with paint all over them. This is we opened up at Oz.
Right.
The very, very first night of Oz, we were the DJs for the next 2 years.
Right.
And it was all personality stuff. And he'd get out on that ladder on the dance floor, and he'd get up the ladder and he'd get fucking right at it, you know. And then
Yeah.
I had a party set me on 7-inch singles, and it was all like, "Shout, you make me want to shout," and
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
all that, and do the locomotion,
Yeah.
oops upside you, everything. So I had a great party set. And he used to go out there and just go fucking mental on them, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And it was a great partnership. Then we ended up being the first DJs to open at Brannigan's, where Revs is now.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was Brannigan's. And it was
Was
like
it?
a
Yeah,
cafe
Brannigan's,
bar.
yeah, it was
They didn't
Brannigan's,
have
yeah.
music, it was just like background shit. They were getting no one in. So they decided to put DJs in, me and him coming with a fucking trestle table. A trestle table, man. By then I had 12 tens. So I put him on, it was like that, fucking
Yeah, in the
bendy,
middle.
mate. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
And we had a cloth on it, and then we played, and it just got packed, man. Packed, because
Yeah.
there was DJs on, so they packed it. Then we got offered the Palace.
Right.
We did the Palace on Saturday nights. We go in the Palace, it was packed. Then we got Springs at Pembroke, we were doing there. We did Tower Lounge. we were everywhere.
Yeah.
But we saturated it a bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then he was the one that I designed the Rave Plus flyer for. It's like a packet of Rizla.
Yeah, what Ricky was on about.
And you know, we had PK on as a PA.
Right.
And this is when Ricky very, very first came in and worked with us. And so, fucking nuts, mate. PK got up, then the keyboards all set up in the palace, and I had to play the tune. They weren't even plugged in. They didn't even have a wire coming out of it.
No, you're
They were like
joking.
that.
Yeah, fucking on the blag. Top of the pop scanner style, yeah.
Proper miming it, man, you know what I mean?
Oh, sick.
So that was, he wanted to do that night. It wasn't my actual night, it was his really. And then he fucked off to Yorkshire, man, and left me. And I ended up going to Promises then, in town.
Where was Promises?
Promises where the Rose and Crown is.
All right, yeah.
Okay, so that was...
What above the beat the Tash now? Is it the Tash now?
No, I don't know what it is.
Oh, is it?
Well, upstairs, it was
Blue?
actually the Rose and Crown.
Oh, it was actually the pub, the Rose and Crown.
Yeah, the ground floor.
Right.
But it didn't have any windows out.
Yeah.
It was a club. Well, it was a bar club. And I got a knock on the door, and I wasn't working at this point because I was in between being a personality jock. I'd done sequins. At some point, I did sequins when Frenzy left, and I went in. It was in between Frenzy and Mix Factory, and I was with Green Bins and Jeppy. Fucking Jetson, man. So funny. And the thing was, no one had set times, so it was like, if you turn your back, they were on your fucking deck. You're just like gangster, you just jump in. So I was like, I remember being in there, and the thing was, the DJ box was quite big.
Yeah.
So the records were all at the back. So you'd be like in your box like that, and your headphone lead would be stretched all the way to your bag. Like, I remember being in my bag like that and just seeing me jack fly past me.
For unplugged it. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking look round, jets like that. That's what it was like, man.
Yeah.
And if you had a last tune, you're like, every one of you had to have a last tune.
Yeah.
You know what
Oh
I mean?
yeah,
It
of
was
course.
fucking nuts. But he was on night chess and he was in his bag. He was fucking nuts, by the way. He was partying like them.
Yeah.
And I remember him, he fell forward and his head went in his bag and he couldn't get out.
Oh, shit.
No, he was just stuck in there, man.
Yeah.
That was great for me.
Yeah, straight on. Yeah.
Jetson's houses are stuck in the air like
Brilliant.
that. It's brilliant, man. They were nuts, man. So yeah, so then they ended up, like I said, I got a knock on the door, and the lad who bought all them records from me from that shop, he come knocking saying, "Do you want a gig at Promises? £25 a night."
Right.
So I went, yeah, why not? You know what I mean? I said, what's it like? He said, more like soul than that, because he was mad on his soul, right?
Yeah.
So I went in, and it was a bar that was used before going to a club. So like they'd come out of wherever, they'd come in there for a drink, and then they'd go to a club called Illusions.
Right.
Okay, so they'd basically come in, and then they'd like, I don't know, 11:30, they'd all fuck off. So you'd have your punters, and then they'd just all fucking walk out.
Yeah.
Not nice for the DJ, that, mate.
No, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I thought, got to work this out. But dance music was coming in properly. So it was things like Is This a Dream, Love Decade and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they liked the music, FBI Projects, all that was coming in. And I had them all. And I was playing them earlier because I thought, they're going to fuck off anyway.
Yeah.
But then I realised, I started holding off on them. And then I thought, well, wait. So as it got to like 11:15, 11:20,
Yeah, so
I
you
start dropping fucking tunes on them, right?
Yeah.
And
So
then
they stayed,
they stayed longer,
Yeah.
and then they'd look and think, hang on a minute, it's 12:15. We're going to have to go to Illusions, pay to get in for an hour and a half, right? So I thought, fuck it, we'll stay. The place got fucking rammed, mate. And not only was it rammed, they were around the corner, all the way around the corner.
Fucking hell.
Onto Burley Street.
So that's what makes a good DJ. You're reading the crowd. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I was just blagging them really. But the thing is, then my whole set turned to dance at that point.
Right.
Zona was operating at the same time at Jenks.
Yeah.
And it was just packed, man. And it was the first time they started charging on the door. They never charged on that door. It was Sinclair and all them, mate. You know what I mean? They were running it, Sharples and them. And they started charging £3 to get in. And it was jammed out, man. And it was epic. But the annoying thing is, because they were all run boys, these, man. So, like, I've been there on a Saturday night, or whatever night, it'd be a Saturday, because it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday there.
Yep.
It's 25 fucking quid.
Yeah.
And they're getting raking it now. And they come over and say, right, turn it down a bit. Fucking Crime Watch is on. So I had to fucking turn the music right down while these lot watch fucking Crime Watch.
What the fuck?
And the place was rammed.
What the fuck?
Honestly, it was mental.
Well, the crowd not going west, like.
People don't say fuck all to them.
Oh yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
So, because they're all local.
Yeah.
So they're like, well, that's the way it is, isn't it? So I turned the music fucking down.
Watch
And they
Crime
watched
Watch.
Crime Watch, probably to see if they were on it. and then like you go, right, all right, like boom, off we go, like human resource dominator. You know what I mean? And the place would go nuts again. So, but it was a classic one night. I was working a Thursday night, and I was downstairs. I was playing. Thursday night was half full, so I'd get away with a bit more fucking harder stuff.
Yeah.
So I'd be dropping all these tunes and that, and then. Dance floor was full, and I seen fucking Sinclair lived above.
Right.
I seen him coming through the fucking dance floor
Ready
with a bathrobe on.
Oh shit. Yeah.
And he's coming through the dance floor, people are moving out of the way, he's coming, he went, turn it fucking down now! I'm like,
Fucking hell.
Me, mate. Don't live above a club.
No, yeah.
So, yeah, he didn't fuck with him either, you know what I mean? There was a night when they'd let a load of lads in that were from out of town.
Right.
Before we opened properly. There must have been about 20 of them, 25. Don't know where they were from. In Nottingham or somewhere like that. Some right naughty fucking lads there. And I'm thinking, you're not going to get these out now. They want the money.
Yeah.
But you know you're going to get them out. So then all the locals came in. And I thought, oh fuck.
Here we
and
go.
they all gathered around this corner. They should always be in the corner where the DJ decks were.
Yeah.
And anyway, they're trying to get them out, we'll go. Next minute, they fucking lined up. All locals lined up along the bar, and they all lined up in front of me. Like, they were all in front of me, and they were squaring off. All of a sudden, bottle come flying over, bang, fucking went right off. Some lads bending up, trying to get me tunes out of one of my boxes to wing them at them, right? Andy Kane was stood there, and Andy Kane grabbed his middle finger and just went, snapped his finger, man.
Fucking hell.
And then the next minute, a glass hit my deck, and I had a tune on, and it went bang right on the deck, and I had to get the tune. I was still playing tunes, mate. Yeah. So then I took the tune off, it just had grooves and scratches right through it and that, you know what I mean? And in the end, the police came, all the police came, brought him, come in with dogs and everything, and got them all out, escorted them out. Just another nutty night, mate.
Fucking hell. Crazy.
It was crazy, man.
That's what's like, I was in Monroe's, did the same thing, it all kicked off in there, big time, and someone got hacked up with a machete or something in front of us, and music kept playing. Yeah, the music was just playing.
Play.
You know what I mean? Just keep on playing it. Don't ruin the CDs.
It happened in sequence. We did. We were full, but we were always not just full. We were well over full.
Yeah.
It was you couldn't move.
Yeah.
And a big bunch of lads again. I think they were from the Midlands. They were coming down the promenade, so they'd warned them at the doors up there. They'd warned them they're coming up.
Yeah.
So all the doormen squared up at the top of the door, and they said like, "You're not coming in." They just went, "Fuck off." Doorman went out the road, man.
Yeah.
And next minute, they come up, and the club just swelled because these extras were in there.
Yeah.
Anyway, Peter, who was running the club, set the alarm off. Fire alarm.
Fire alarm.
So everybody's got to go. They're still there. So everybody's gone, and it's just this group of lads, massive group, all big lads as well.
Yeah.
Football fans. And next minute, the police come. Piled in, dogs and everything again. Come in, and they're escorting them out. Before they got there, they're screaming at us to turn and put the music on, but once the alarm goes off, your music goes off.
Yeah.
And then your microphone's live, but then that goes off.
Right.
So all of a sudden, we're like that. And they go, put the fucking music on. And I'm like, shit, man. Anyway, they escorted them and they all watched, the some they walked past us, looking at us all, daggering us as we walked past me. Like that. I was just like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
And they were out, man. There was some stuff going off in Blackpool at the time, man, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they have a relay on them. So there's me getting technical. They have a relay on them. So I used to install like the relay, so it cuts the music out, obviously, when the fire alarm goes off.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah.
Automatically.
But obviously, they
didn't
know that.
Before, when I Sequins, it was probably the most difficult club to work because there was a delay. We didn't have monitors.
Right.
Because there was a delay coming back at us.
Yeah.
So you'd be like half a second. So you're perfectly in, you think you are.
Yeah.
As soon as you start to bring it in, it's out.
Yeah.
You always have to touch it back in.
Both headphones on, both.
No, but well, we'll get to that story. I don't have that luxury, man.
Right.
I don't have that luxury, you know.
All right, yeah.
And we're back to that lady bought the records again.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so I went and did the promises. So one day, it would be every month you had a Sunday charity do. and you got a 12 o'clock extension on it. And I turned up for that night, and I was sitting at the bar. There was nobody in. We hadn't opened yet. And he was in there, and I don't know what possessed him, to be honest. But he thought it was going to be funny to do this. And I was just sitting on a stool at the bar, and he came behind me, and he had an air horn in his hand, right? And I was just sat there, and all he heard, he went like that with it, but he put the cup about here, okay? And he went, bang, and all I heard was, bah! I didn't hear the rest of the, I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
That was my fucking ear was gone. And
permanently.
well, yeah. So
shit.
Yeah, so it just went bam, and my ear just fucking went, and I hit me. I went all fucking dizzy and that, and I stood up. I thought I can't fucking hear, and I went out onto the main road, and all I could see was cars going past me. I couldn't fucking hear anything, man. I still DJ'd that night, by the way.
Wow.
The problem is that from being a kid, my right ear was fucked.
Yeah.
I had loads of infections and everything when I was a kid with my ear, my right ear. Okay.
Right.
So that was already finished, that one.
Yeah.
So even now I can't hear shit in that one.
Yeah.
This was me fucking good ear.
Oh,
so
shit.
it blew my ear out, and from then on I was totally fucked. So if you ever see me DJ, you'll see I never have two cups on.
Mm-hmm.
I can't listen to two tunes in. I can't do it.
Yeah.
So I can't do the cue and listen to a mix in my ear. What I had to do was I had to basically cue the tune that I'm listening to and the one that's playing.
Yeah.
And then I have to put that one over it, and then I would lift it away to a point where both music were coming in.
And so you've got the same volumes kind of on the,
So I could hear, just
both.
in that ear, I could hear both the tunes coming in. So I was allowing the sound from the system to come in, and also listening to the cue that I had.
Wow.
And I didn't want to tell anyone because I thought I'm not going to get any fucking work here.
Yeah.
I had to totally relearn really how to deal with music and that. So I had no
Wow.
stereo either, which I've not got now.
Yeah.
So that was badly perforated. And now as I sit with you, I've probably got, if you had 100% hearing, I've probably got about 20% now.
Wow.
So even when I'm at work now, I struggle, don't I? I struggle, man.
Have you never get hearing aids? Have you never thought?
I've got 2 hearing aids, man.
Yeah.
But the quality, it makes the sound quality. You couldn't use them to DJ.
No.
I could use them at work, but they're a bit cumbersome and they're very tinny and echoing. And if there's a lot of people talking at the same time, it becomes fucking really confusing.
So my friend's got them in he's got them in his head.
Yeah, I've got a mate of mine who's got one in his head.
And he listens to, he talks on his phone. Do you know what I mean? They're like headphones.
Yeah, no, you can get apps from them and that.
He was completely 100% deaf,
all
the way through.
I know, and I need to sort it out. But it meant from that point, that was 91.
Yeah.
From there, I went to Love Shack, and I blagged it. I was blagging it, man.
Yeah.
I mean, people say, oh, your mixing's ropey. Fucking gonna be, mate, but I didn't want to say why. So I didn't want to know anyone know. So even though some of the mixes are a bit ropey, my tracks were good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I could carry myself off by the tunes, and if you listen to a lot of the mixes, I'll deck stop or I'll spin out, or I'll do things like that.
I always noticed that with your DJing,
well, it's my only way of piecing some of these together.
Right.
I was also a massive fan of the beginnings of tunes. I love the beginnings and the build-ups.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of the build-ups, the beginnings, you can't mix in anyway.
Yeah.
Because they're just synths
Yeah,
or
of course,
whatever, noises, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Until the beat kicks in, where a lot of DJs will go find the very first beat and they'll mix it from there.
Yeah.
Okay, I just like to desktop. You've got to listen to this beginning. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It builds it right up, and the piano drops and everything goes fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Right. So I wasn't a fan of like missing out the best bit.
Yeah.
So if you listen to Love Decade, for instance, we talked about it before. Is This a Dream?
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding. It just builds up. It starts
going.
to go, doesn't it? How are you
Yeah.
going to miss that bit out?
No, yeah. That's the main bit. That's what gets you. That's
Exactly. So you're not going to be able to mix it really. And if and then them days, DJs weren't making the music. Musicians were making the music.
Yes, they weren't
They
making
didn't
it to
give a
mix.
shit about us.
They didn't make it to mix, no.
No,
not like they do now.
to mix. You know what I mean? There was no breaks for you or nothing. It'd just be all the way to the end.
Yeah.
So it was really difficult to mix. Italian's a nightmare, man. These lads that play Italian music now, and I've learned how to mix this music. Fucking every credit to them.
I know, that's
you know what I mean?
yeah, definitely.
For me, it was like too much for me, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was sort of blagging it. I knew what music I wanted. I knew what they wanted. Knew when to play it. And that's what carried me along, really.
Yeah.
I'd love to have had my hearing though, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But you've done a good job, mate, since...
Yeah, I did alright, but I said to you about the age before. I was at nobody knew the scene was going to last this long, mate.
Yeah.
Every other scene before it had never lasted
Yeah.
more than 2 or 3 years. Punk, whatever it was, you know, mods, everything. It was always short.
Yeah.
So when I was that age, I thought, it doesn't really matter. I don't have to try and fucking become the next Carl Cox or anything. I'm too fucking old.
Yeah.
Stupid thing to think, but now...
Yeah, yeah. You don't realise, do you?
Yeah, but 92, 91 Promises is where I met Vinny. Vinny had come to Blackpool and he'd gone to Oz because Dan's were there. It was a massive rave going off there. So he went there and he wouldn't let him in without paying.
Right.
He'd come over with the promoters of Rain Dance from London, right?
Right.
And he thought, fuck it, we're not paying. So he came through Blackpool Town Centre. As he walking past Promises, what it tells me, as he walked past Promises, he heard the music coming out of Promises. So he comes in
Right.
and then he asks about who's DJing, blah, blah, blah. And the next day he come to my house.
Did he?
Yeah, he comes to my house, man, and he came in, he said, you know, he said, name's Vinny and that, blah, blah, blah. And he said, do you want to do the Love Shack? So he opened the night at the Love Shack,
Right.
which was Orgasm.
Yeah.
And it was his night, and his uncle's, I think. And so I played on that with Rick.
Yeah.
Let's try and control Rick.
Yeah.
Rick's just fucking nuts. He just like plays anything. And Vinny used to be like, he's playing that fucking generator music again. And if you're all stuff, you know what I mean? Go ahead, tell him to get his shit off.
It's always been a bit different, hasn't it?
Yeah, you had to tame him always to keep him on the lead. You know what I mean? He would like go off on the map on. So that's where we started. Me and Vinny started, and then Space Face was the DJ at Love Shack.
Right.
And he was like a god in there, you know what I mean? Jagger was with him.
Yeah.
And I was doing the Friday night, they were doing the Saturday night, and it was full house every Saturday, packed. By 5, 6 o'clock, full. Tenors.
Straight in, yeah.
Yeah, there was a Scouse fella that was running it. And so, because Vinny was promoting the Friday night, I was just sat at home this particular Saturday night watching telly, and Vinny rings me and he goes, Barry, I said, what? He went, get your tunes. I went, why? He said, Space has been sacked. I went, fuck off. He went, he has. He said, fucking club's fucking full, man. And you need you here, mate. You better get yourself down. I'm like, wow, fuck. Next minute, I've got my boxing shoes. I'm in a cab, driving to a Love Shack on Saturday night. Didn't know anyone in there. They were all from Cumbria.
Right, yeah, yeah.
And I walked in, and Jagger was there. Nice lad, Jagger, isn't he, man? You know what I mean? So I said, right, Jagger, get on, man, because you know you.
Yeah.
And I get my head around what's going on.
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
So he got on, and he was playing, and they were all fucking dancing away, you know, waiting for the fucking gear to come up.
Yeah, yeah.
And it went all the way around the club that as soon as I get on, everybody goes and sits down.
Did it on purpose then, did they?
It went all the way around the club.
Yeah.
They were so like loyal to fucking Space Face.
Right.
Like, who the fuck's this fucker?
Oh, you
know?
joke.
Yeah.
Oh, right. So they wasn't messing about. They were being.
They weren't messing
being
about. They,
twats
they all knew each other, man.
Right.
So they basically said, when he gets on, nobody get up. And I started playing some music, and nobody fucking getting on. Nobody moved.
Oh,
I thought,
heavy.
Oh my God, this is an absolute
Yeah.
nightmare. man, you know what I mean?
Of course, yeah.
Not only is they've lost their main DJ, what happened is he got in.
Why? How
He'd basically gone into the office and said to the geezer, I'm worth more than you pay me, I want 500 quid a night.
Right.
And basically the bloke went, fuck off.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So this is when all of a sudden they were really shit, so I came in and they wouldn't get up. And I thought, I was waiting, I thought, they're not up on their ease yet. Right?
Yeah.
So I started playing some tunes and I could see a few feet and a few taps going, you know what I mean? And I thought, right, where's that fucking Love Decade track? You know what I mean?
Yeah, here we go.
The one that you can't resist, you know what I mean? So, and I just put it on, and it went bing, bing, ding, like that. And you could see them all going, fuck it. Oh,
Yeah,
God,
straight.
Like, boom. So they were all off. They were all off and they all
Wow.
started dancing. And then nobody would speak to me though. And I remember like, Jagger went back on and I went and sat on the staircase on my own.
Yeah.
Waiting for the next hour to go, you know what I mean? And then a few people come round and went, fucking good set, mate, you know what I mean? And that were it, really. After that, battered it after that. So they just took to us. You know. They're not as loyal as you think. They're loyal to the music.
Of course they are, yeah.
They think they're loyal. They're loyal to brands.
Yeah.
So they're loyal to Zone, or they're loyal to Fit, but they're not loyal to the Love Shack because it didn't really have a name.
Yeah.
It was the club.
That was just the club, yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, we sort of won them over, and then there's a bloke called Doug Stoneman who had Madison Avenue. which is where Evan was. And he come pottering down the prom. And he's told, I had been working for him before at the Palace.
Right.
And he's like, do you fancy moving that night over here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, I could get 50% of the fucking door here.
Yeah. Ching ching.
And that's what it was like, really.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and I thought, why not? You know what I mean? I said, right, you need to give me time. And we set up the Dream State brand.
That was you and Vinny.
Me
You
and
and
Vinny,
Vinny,
yeah.
yeah.
So me and Vinny set up the Dream State brand. But it was still like me, Rick and Jagger and all that,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I said, Jagger, you coming up? I told him, I said, do you want to come over with us? He went, no, I can't. I said, you can. And he says, you'll just dump me off, you'll sack me off. You
didn't want to burn his bridges, did he?
He's thinking, I'm going to take him away so that club's
Get all his
got
punters.
no link.
Yeah.
And then I'll just dump him, you know what I mean? I said, nah, it's not going to happen, mate.
Yeah.
Anyway, he took the plunge with us and we brought the first flyer out. Can't remember who the first night was now. Good flyer as well.
So where was this? At Madison's?
Madison Avenue.
Yeah, Madison Avenue.
Yeah, which came L later on, didn't it?
Yeah.
But it had Madison Avenue and Macy's, there were two venues.
Yeah.
And you could go through into the other one,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, 2 rooms. But we only took Madison's.
Right.
And anyway, we gave all these flyers, 20,000 flyers got made, A4,
Yeah.
full colour.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No one's seen out like this shit. It was £5 in. Danza was still at Oz,
Right.
charging a tenner
Yeah.
for Russ and Dick, whoever did, them two lads were on.
Yeah.
And Love Shack, they didn't know what was coming, man. And then anyway, we put it out there in the end. They weren't happy, obviously,
Yeah.
and tried to set fire to the club.
Did they?
Yeah.
Wow.
They got caught on camera.
Did
man.
they?
Yeah, what they did was we had posters made as well, so we were going around putting cancelled over them. Yeah, it got right, pretty dirty, man. And then
Still is in a way, some of them.
Someone was seen squeezing the petrol, the petrol things.
Yeah.
The petrol lighters.
Yeah.
Yeah, little tins.
Yeah.
They were squeezing it through the letterbox, man. And they fucking threw matches in and set fire to the fucking foyer.
Joking.
Yeah, man. Anyway, it didn't take off. The fire didn't take off. And then me and Vinny were at McDonald's and we kept looking out. It was getting near time, you know what I mean? We couldn't see a soul.
Right, yeah.
Oh, what have we done? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What have we done, man? So I'm like, shit, mate. There was a few ravers knocking about in McDonald's.
Yeah.
But we didn't know they were going to Love Shack or not. Because this was the first week Love Shack was going to be tested.
Right, yeah.
And kept looking out. No one, man. I'm like, shit, man. So we said, look, let's go walk on prom. So we potted down the prom. Between the Palace and, that road there, that little road there, the taxis come round that road. We walked down there, and as we came out onto where the tower's up there, innit?
Yeah.
As we came out, fucking hell, man. There was this queue there.
Right, so you didn't see him?
Yeah, didn't see him, did we? So we walked out and went, shit, we walked over the road, and there got up in 500-600 fucking people, man.
Wow.
All chocker all the way down.
Yeah.
And I went, oh my God, mate. Fucking cracked it.
This is it.
And nobody in the Love Shack. None. There was like 4 people in it. For being full, every week for a year, there was like 4 people in there.
Wow.
Right? And I'm like, whoa, no way, has that just worked like that? And it had. And we also emptied them at us.
Fucking
We emptied them. So we emptied both.
So how many did it hold then?
Well, the front held 650,
Yeah.
right? But we had about 800 in there that night, that first night.
First night.
Yeah, and then about 12 o'clock, fire alarms went.
Oh, shit.
Set them again, innit? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they set the alarms off, and everyone had to go. All the firemen came, and they emptied the building, and then they all went to fucking Love Shack. I think they had about 20 in there.
Yeah.
So the Love Shack were letting them in free now.
Oh, yeah.
So they went in for free, and the 20 that they had, then the all clear was given, and they all come piling back, and the 20 that they had come with them. And got in free.
Yeah.
So they all piled in, and it made it such an edgy night.
Yeah.
So when they came back in and they heard the tunes bang back in, it went mental, mate. And then the week after it got worse and worse, or better and better.
Yeah.
So he gave us a second room then. And so it held 1,300.
Wow.
And it was packed. We were locking 500-600 out. And so the Gazette got down. We wouldn't let them in because we knew it that. We let them in. They gave us the rights. Do you know what I mean? So we wouldn't let them in. And the police were on horseback trying to get all these people away from the doors, right? And that was it. Front page of the Gazette. Blackpool raves, right? That was it, wasn't it? Superintendent was having none of that.
Yeah.
And then a week after he had, I will stop all raves in Blackpool.
You're joking.
So that, yeah.
Under what though? Like, wow.
drugs and everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't realise actually there was nothing actually really. All you're going to do is disperse them into everywhere else.
Yeah.
At least you knew where they
Making trouble. That's it.
trouble,
Yeah.
So yeah, there was no violence around.
Yeah.
Great nights, and we had Rat Pack on, and you know it was they were fantastic nights. Then that was my favourite era as such because I love the music I was playing, which was breakbeat. Ricky was playing the same sort of stuff. Jagger was playing. It was quality, man. It was really, really good. Impact went with us then. Andy Kane.
Yeah.
No AJ then. So yeah, they came a little bit later. Then it came to the point where they wanted to shut us down, and we got a visit. I had a blue police light.
Right.
So I had it on the top of the DJ stand. So if ever the police came in, I put this blue light on.
Quick eyed
so
everything.
everybody knew that they were in.
Wow.
Yeah. So and we had this smoke machine, man. It just come out, this smoke machine. It was immense, mate. It just would fill the whole club. And you couldn't see call. Yeah. And we had also the brand new strobes that had come out that were just killers.
Yeah.
Right? So they came in, fire brigade, police, council, all piled in. And so I thought, oh my God. So anyway, that was it.
Boom. Yeah. Straight. Yeah.
Trying to walk around this club. And it was just like that. And they were trying to walk around the club, right?
Wow.
And they were coming out, and it's not nice to be fair, but as the coppers were coming out, the backs were full of phlegm.
Oh, spitting on it.
They were spitting on them and everything. Minging, mate. So they were ravers, man. They didn't do it. You're coming here to destroy our night.
Yeah, that's it.
So that's how they were. And then so they left, and then a couple of weeks later, we got raided by the police, and the police just came in, and they took every doorman off the door, and put coppers everywhere the doorman were.
Wow.
And they had the clickers, right? And they basically clicked every customer out of the building, and it was a 1,300 capacity, and they clicked out 1,800.
Did they?
Yeah. And he just said to the manager, they said, you don't open next week. You close this down, or we'll close you down, take your licence.
Yeah. And
that was it. We'd already made the Valentine's Day flyer with Stu Allen and all this caper. We spent 1,200 quid on flyers.
Wow.
For the Valentine's Day. And now we weren't having it.
Shit.
And being like, what the fuck? What we're going to do? We booked them. We booked Shades of Rhythm.
Right.
And they weren't cheap, man.
Oh, yeah.
So, we had to try and... We'd rather cut our losses or try and shift it at very short notice.
What did you do?
Took it to a club in Hull.
Right. How did that turn out?
It didn't work out.
No, did it not? In Hull?
Yeah.
That's the other side of the country.
Johnny Club we could get.
Joking.
Honestly, there's some connection to it, but we ended up going to Hull and...
Fucking
so we got that's it, man. We got there and we walked in, and all the customers was just like normal Saturday night customers.
Yeah.
They weren't ravers at all. And I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
And then Shades of Rhythm were kicking off about the money.
Yeah, I bet.
I'm like, oh, fuck's sake. Anyway, we managed to get over the night, which was shit. And then we were leaving. There's an issue, man. Oh, we're supposed to get out the door. No, we're supposed to get out the fucking door. They won't give it us.
Joking.
They won't give it us, man. So, and the doorman are going, now, fuck off. And we're in the middle of nowhere. It's bang in the middle of nowhere, by the way.
Yeah.
And they were basically saying, get the fuck out. You're not getting fuck all. And I'm
Jesus.
like, wow, this is mental, man. So we went out, and Andy Kane tried to pull the doorman on the way out about it. And he went, if you don't fuck off, so Andy come running across the car park, jumped in the car.
I've seen a bit.
And we drove off, man. The feeling was fucking
horrible.
awful, mate. Worst decision we made. But you were on a roll. We were Philly everywhere.
Yeah.
And we just thought we were untouchable, man.
Yeah.
And that proved it wasn't.
Yeah, so that put it into perspective more than anything else.
Absolutely, you got to be careful now. Andy Kane, for instance. A mate of mine came round the house, and he had Andy with him. And Andy was probably about 16, 17. He had a pair of tweed pants on and a shirt with a button all the way to the top fastened up, and like ridiculous haircut.
Yeah.
Like a geek.
Yeah.
And so he came round, and that was the first time I met him. But that's when he started coming over to Promises. No MCing, he wasn't MC.
Right.
He just used to come follow me everywhere then. So he came to Promises, and he spent loads of time with me then. And then I don't even know how he started MCing, to be honest, because he wasn't what he would do.
Yeah.
He was quite a shy kid as well at the time.
Yeah.
So I started trying to say to him, like, let's listen to some lyrics of songs and stuff like that, you know what I mean? So I said, listen to some Bob Marley stuff. And I said, listen to that, you know, merchant ships, you know. He started doing things about slavery and stuff. But you'll hear him in his lyrics now. And then he also had a Travelling Wilburys CD, and that's with the Monkey Man with the Man on the Hill that's his lyrics from that.
Yeah.
So he was like basically taking lyrics from songs. That's what he did.
Yeah.
But then he'd be like, with a man like me, with a man like Funki B, you know, did you ever touch a head of hair and all that sort of stuff, you know. And so he picked it up.
Yeah.
And so I knew Andy first. And the thing what I was like was I didn't like being told that I can't put somebody on.
Right.
Okay? So, like when Billy B turned up, for instance, you know what I mean? Like, they're like, you can't put him on, mate, you can't put him on. I said, he's on now.
Why was that? Why would he want to put me on?
Well, he was wild, Billy B, man, you know what I mean? He was... I always remember being Lineker's, he's far fast forward now, but I remember being Lineker's and Billy was there, and another lad, and he wanted to be an MC as well. And so I stood there, and they both were speaking in MCing.
Right.
So like he's going, and he go, and I was just stood there thinking, what the fuck's going on here?
Right.
So I mean, and they used to get him to come in your ear and go like,
whoa,
mate, you know. So it's one of them.
I don't know.
But Billy's enthusiasm was that was out there, mate. You know what I mean? And I liked his enthusiasm.
Yeah.
So I said, he's on, put him on, give him a mic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he was off and running, man.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's how Billy appeared. But Ricky, well, I knew Ricky before Andy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew Ricky before Andy? Yeah, I knew Ricky before Andy. But not in the same way as I knew Andy. Andy, later on, he was just like with me all the time as Rick was drifting around doing his dancing and stuff.
Yeah.
And not a lot of people...
So Andy was more of a friend, you'd say?
Yeah, well, not really. I was like... I'm doing what I do now, fucking mentoring.
Yeah.
Same fucking thing, really.
Yeah.
He was young, mate, you know, and
Yeah.
I was like, don't do that, Andy.
Yeah.
You'll ruin your life, mate.
Yeah.
So I was like, almost like a dad, really.
Yeah.
Ricky, on the other hand, were quite similar, really. And a lot of people don't know this, but before I ever came to Blackpool, I was a dancer, right?
Yeah.
So it took precedent over my whole life. And it ruined a lot of stuff for me as well. I was almost obsessed with it.
Yeah.
So I wanted to dance. That's all I'd fucking do. So I was going to clubs. I was into soul, funk, jazz fusion and stuff. So I was going around into the mainly black clubs, Moss Side, into town, to Legends. Mike Shaff used to play and Greg Wilson and all them. And I just fucking loved dancing, man. You know what I mean? And I don't care who he was.
Yeah.
If you wanted to have a little dance off with me, I'd be there doing it, mate.
Yeah.
So I was a minority in them clubs. There's a handful of, white lads, whatever. But they took to me because I could dance.
Yeah.
So I was more jazz funk and fusion, which was it's almost like spins, pirouetting, knee spins, all this sort of stuff,
Yeah.
jazz. And then popping was kicking in. So I took up popping as well.
Right.
Which, even though I was probably about 3 years older than the ones that were doing it,
Yeah.
I decided I'm a bit of that, so I'll do a bit of popping as well. Then I started blending them in.
Right.
So it became this dance style that really didn't really exist.
Right. Okay.
So it was like a blend, so I could be doing like quite flowing moves and then a bang, I'd lock in and do some locking and that, right? So it became a my own little thing, and I just loved it, man. I was out 6 nights a week.
Yeah.
Work didn't come into it.
Yeah.
This is what started to ruin my personal life,
Yeah.
people around me.
Yeah.
And this is what I was saying about being a bit of a loner. I just got on my own, didn't care.
Yeah.
I wanted to go out, I wanted to dance, all I wanted to do. I was good at what I did. And so then I decided to go into the Malibu World Championships.
Right.
And,
Where was that held? Where was that held then?
There was held all over the place. There was regionals.
Right.
And a mate of mine was working, was doing a club in Wales. So I jumped in with him and they were having one of the heats there. I went in there and just absolutely smashed it. So yeah, pissed that one off. Then I smashed another one in the semi-finals. And I ended up in the final of the Malibu World Championships. Right.
Right.
And the lad that was in it was Wiggy, who used to be on Hitman and Her with the blonde wig, the black lad.
Right.
And he was in it with me. and he was just chucking himself all over the place, man.
Yeah.
He had like grass skirts on and shit, and he was like doing tumbles and all. I weren't a floor worker, man. I was just a dancer, you know what I mean? And he won it. But yeah, I was in the final of the World Championships,
Wow.
World Championships, man.
Is there any video footage of this?
Fucking hope not. I hope not, man. I had tails, man. I had the tails jacket on, everything.
Wow.
And I didn't account for that because I tried to spin it, dragged me backwards.
Oh,
mate,
shit,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
But no, it was just another one of them fucking mad nights. But so yeah, that's what I did. And then when I came to Blackpool, I felt I was getting too old to dance in clubs, right? And then all of a sudden the rave kicked in, and then they were like that.
Yeah.
And I thought, it's not fucking dancing.
Yeah.
But it didn't matter, they were enjoying it.
Yeah.
But now this proper, I would call proper dancing was gone.
Yeah.
So there's no place for people like me. You know.
So
Then
about-
I told you about the accidental DJing gig, and that's when I ended up in DJing. That's
Yeah,
what I did. So Ricky I met a few times. He touched on it, didn't he? He came to my house and I gave him some equipment.
Yeah.
Didn't charge him, so he's not fucking moaning around not having a pitch on it and all that shit. I gave him stuff that he could go and have a play on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just to get
Now,
the taste.
it took me a while to learn how to mix because I didn't understand. I knew music. I love music. But I didn't understand the way they were.
The genres, classed in genres.
Not the genre. I didn't understand the structure of how
Right.
they were made.
Yeah.
Right? The 64s, the 32s,
Yeah.
the 12, the 8s and all that. I didn't know any of that. It was all due from the ear, innit?
Yeah, of course.
So I remember a lad coming into Lips one night and I was mixing. And it was when things like Chat Your Body was out, chat your body and all that. You could mix all this stuff. And he came over and went, you're a good mixer. He said, but you're going in the wrong places.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't even know what you mean by that.
Yeah.
I didn't understand. And he went, listen to the track and you'll see where the folds are. You'll see where the beginning of the next one is.
Yeah.
And I listened
Usually
to
you have a symbol,
I
don't
was
you?
just
Or it
listening to music,
changes.
mate. I was listening to it as a track. I never broke it down. I want a producer, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just listened to a tune. And then I realised there was a pattern.
Yeah.
And I didn't know was there.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was this full loop.
Yeah.
And there was loads of small loops.
In between, yeah.
So even then I would come in, I could come in on maybe a 12 loop if I could come in.
Yeah.
It'd mix, it sound alright, but the record's doing that then.
Yeah. Overlaying each, yeah, it's overlapping, yeah.
Even though it's banging.
Yeah.
And it's moving along with it.
Yeah.
But then when that big break comes, yours is still not there yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was starting to understand how it works, and then I realised, and I thought, fucking hell, man. But it's just a realisation. At the time, there was hardly anyone mixing out there.
Yeah.
We were like the first ones coming through.
Right.
You remember that? The music before it, you couldn't mix.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to mix fucking new romance, but you're never going to do that. It just never happened.
Yeah.
The mix DJs were cutters, scratchers. So they were the your DMXers.
Yeah.
They were going out and doing world championships. It was all cutting and stopping, bang, drop, banging, cut, right?
Yeah.
There was no blending, mixing going on. None. So like when we came in 86, 87,
Yeah.
we were the ones that started to actually mix.
Yeah.
As simple as that. We were the first ones coming through. So we were making loads of errors. I got a tape from 87 from the Palace where I'm putting vocals over the top of tunes and doing
Yeah.
things, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in that sense, we were like pretty pioneering that way. Didn't make me a great mixer, but I had an understanding of it, and we were the first ones. I mean, if you were a nipper tape now from fucking 1989 or something, it'll be all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
Just will.
Yeah.
But it sounded great at the time. I mean, some tapes sound fucking shit, but if you was there on the night, mate, you had a fucking great night.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Don't
That's
give a
it.
shit.
No, yeah.
You're not going to always... Nowadays, you're judged on your technical ability. Then, it was about what you were playing, man.
Yeah.
You know, and how you played it, when you played it, what speed you played it,
Yeah.
what time of the night you played it. It was all
Your
just
style.
about that.
It was about your
Yeah,
style.
and you know, and Ricky was similar to me. We just used to just turn up and open the bag.
Yeah.
And then we'd look and think, fucking hell, it's running out, that tune, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I better get one on.
Yeah.
We didn't have no way we have a plan. Not in a million years. We knew the music in your bag should be good anyway.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be able to pull a shit tune out.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be in there, should it?
Yeah, no, should have thought.
No.
Yeah.
And he bought different than me, so we knew we weren't going to clash in musically. So that's how it worked. That's why we got away with it. You know what I mean? AJ. So I was in the Blackpool Tower one day. I was potting around, and there was a stall there, and it had like all these massive big stuffed bees
Yeah.
behind it. You could win. I don't know what it was. It could have been darts. If it's darts, I'm going to win it anyway. I'm good at darts. But I went up, and I wanted to win one. Just give it me, lad. All right. Do you want me to get you a Funky B?
Yeah.
And so I won one. But I got talking to AJ, and he said he'd come over from the Isle of Man, and he was looking to maybe get into some sort of DJ stuff and that.
Yeah.
I went, oh, right. I said, that's what I do, blah, blah, blah. So I gave him my address, and then next day, he's on the door.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, come in, man. So I met AJ, he came up, and I was doing a mix upstairs, like, it was all breakbeat and that, you know what I mean? And he's a talented kid, you know what I mean? And a very, very nice person, man. They all are.
Yeah.
Rick's a bit more like me. AJ's quite a mellow person, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Andy, fucking off his he's off his nut.
He's a funny guy, isn't he?
He is funny. And he's another one, you know what? Do anything for anyone, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we were a good crew. Impact, we brought in Kennedy's. Impact appeared at Kennedy's.
That late, yeah. Was he that late? Was he not on at Sequins and Impact?
I was on Sequins. Where did I get him from? No, I'm losing my sync now.
No, right.
I can't remember now. Where did Impact come from? Do you know what? That would be one for AJ to tell you. I actually cannot remember. So yeah, he was at Sequins with us. We definitely must have been somewhere around when we left. We was in Morecambe and he wasn't on there. And then we did something at the Dome. And I think that's probably where Impact appeared.
Right.
For him to join us at Sequins, it's got to be the Dome because that's the connection for us going to Sequins.
So what? I heard it. I remember
He's good though, Impact, mate.
He's fucking shit on it.
Hell, he was shit up, man.
I heard a story about Carl Cox and did he turn up at the wrong venue or something? Tell us that story. What was that?
So
a lot of people won't know this, will they?
I don't know. It was a bit of a nightmare because what happened was his agent was a fucking pain in the ass. It was a woman that was very difficult. Not because she was a woman, by the way, but she was just difficult.
Yeah.
And happened to be a woman. You know what I mean? And, got myself out of that gig. So she was his agent. So we booked him. We had to pay 500 quid up front.
Right.
And then it was 1,000 quid.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and we know what happened after that. But at the time, it was 1,000 quid. We had to put 500 quid, which we did. Put 500 quid up front. And this is the time when we got shut down at Madison's and we moved to Morecambe.
Yeah.
We had him on the flyer, and then everybody's turned up for it. It was packed. I think it was opening night, you know. And by sort of like 1 o'clock, people were like, bullshit.
Yeah.
You never even had him booked. Right? And we were like, no, we're going to have. And then we got a phone call, and he was fucking outside Madison Avenue.
Right.
In Blackpool.
Was he?
Yeah. And we're like, fuck. And we're like, we better get here because you're making us look like we've lied.
So he thought he was...
So we knew we're not going to get him now. It was shut at 2.
Yeah.
So we knew we're not going to get him for an hour.
Yeah.
But we said, you need to show your face.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have to come in. Anyway, he darted over from Blackpool and he come strolling in. And I think there was about 25 minutes left of the night. I just went, get on.
Yeah.
And we just we announced him to come on. The place for an absolute nuts,
bet it
mate.
did, yeah.
And this was before he was playing house. He was still playing hardcore and that.
Yeah.
And the place went nuts. And Andy came on with him.
Did he?
Yeah.
Wow.
I MC'd for him.
Wow.
And so And so afterwards, I'd set up a tripod with the camera on it.
Right.
I had it pointing at this booth, this little bit of seating, and everyone had gone. And it was just me and Vinny. And he come and sat down with us. You know, you're going to ask me at the end of this, by the way.
Where's the footage?